One of the things I realized that kept happening to me was I would say something, but people wouldn't take it seriously. Like, I would say something in a meeting, I'll present an idea, or I'll tell my friend a concept or a new thing that I've been thinking about, but they'll just be like, oh, yep, cool, yep. And they just kind of move on with their lives. Whereas I thought that would be like a game changing concept that they'll be like saying, wow, that's amazing. But oftentimes I never got those reactions. And it's kind of like they almost dismissed what I said. And I thought initially, like, maybe this is just an issue on their end. And I mean, depends on who you talk to, but I'm just talking to like some of my close friends. And I mean, it's not like they were deliberately being rude. In fact, they weren't being rude at all. It was just they didn't have the reaction that I was hoping for. And what I realized was that the reason for this happening was because I focused too much on the picture and not enough on the frame. And what I mean by this is I focused too much on what I wanted to say that I didn't provide the context as to why it was actually important or relevant to them. And this is the idea of the frame being more important than the picture. For example, if I just say like something costs $700 a year, like it sounds a lot, like who's interested, whatever. But if I just say it's only $2 a day, even if it's the exact same meaning, the way I've contextualized the information is just different. Like the context around $2 a day and like the connotations and the meaning it has is much different than $700 a year. Or like, for example, this moisturizer. Hey, do you want to check this moisturizer out? If I just say that, like probably no one really cares. But if I say, hey, this is the moisturizer your crush uses, like, whoa. Now it's like this magical thing that you're suddenly interested in, right? Because it's more relevant because you provided the necessary frame for someone to actually appreciate what you've said. And so one of the biggest takeaways for me, especially in work, but also in my personal life, is I really need to pay attention to how I frame particular pieces of information. Because anything you want to say can be said from multiple different angles. Like I said before, like you can say this costs $700 a year, or you can say this costs $2 a day. Same idea overall, but completely different framing. It costs $2 a day and it's used by your crush. Cool, bonus. So the frame is honestly more important than the picture sometimes, because I can present people with a picture, but they can just look at it and go, nah, I don't care. Whereas if you present the frame, then you get their attention and then they start paying attention to whatever the picture says. And oftentimes, the way you present information differently can completely change how someone interprets a picture or any idea. And I was talking to my friend and he agreed that framing is probably one of the most important skills you can have in communication. If you want someone to care and actually listen to you, pay attention to the way you're framing, not just the picture.